Big win, another big win this week. I mean, we just keep stacking up these wins, dude. We pretty much lost another pound this week from 153 down to 152, which is phenomenal. Really, really awesome. And just by you putting in the effort, right? So you're getting your steps in, you're tracking your food, you're hitting your calories. I do want to break a couple things down one by one. So first things first is I did notice that you kind of mentioned you're having a couple more cravings here and there. And there's a couple things that we can kind of do to kind of like, I guess, not completely get rid of your cravings, but kind of like counter that, right? So a couple things here. So firstly, I noticed that your water intake isn't as high as I would like it to be. 2 to 4 liters is standard. It's okay. But especially now for you, Yink, like you are an athlete. It's like you're working out almost every single day. You're getting your steps in every single day. You're sweating a bunch, right? Especially now with summer, like it's getting warmer outside. You're going to be sweating a bunch more. And you need more water, dude. Like I definitely will guarantee you that if you drink more water, not only is that going to keep you fuller for longer, because basically when you drink more water, it kind of expands your stomach, right? Like physically expands it, and it kind of tricks your brain into thinking that you just ate something, when in reality, like you just drank a bunch of water, right? So make sure you drink water to kind of like get rid of most of your cravings and like kind of get rid of some of your appetites. So that can 100% help with that. So try to have water on you at all times. Like first thing in the morning, drink a liter of water. At work, have water on you. At the gym, have water on you. And then also before every meal that you eat, try to have like 2 glasses of water, and you'll notice that you're not going to be as hungry, right? If you don't really like the taste of drinking that much water, you can definitely enhance the flavor of it by adding some 0 calorie sweeteners like a Mio spray or like some crystals, like Gatorade, whatever, like a 0 calorie thing, which can also kind of like satisfy your craving. So that's one thing you can start doing, definitely. And then also with like in terms of like the quality of the foods that you're eating, like the actual foods that are um, within your diets. What I found for myself is that if I just eat a bunch of like low calorie dense foods, so the fruits, the vegetables, the whole grains, that fills me up a lot. And when I'm full, like I don't crave any more food, right? So, for example, like load up on your proteins. Like this looks awesome. You're having some sashimi, some chicken breast. Like it's gonna be difficult to like eat a bunch of chicken breast and tell yourself like, oh, like I'm really craving some more chicken breast, right? Or like, oh, I'm craving another big salad, right? So make sure that you load up on those healthier foods. Not only are they a lot more filling, they're a lot healthier, and it makes sticking to your calories a lot easier. And now here's more of like a thing that's, dude, this is like your diet is awesome, by the way, dude. I love your diets. It's awesome. I want to steal your diet. Like these meals look awesome. But now one thing as well, like this is kind of like like a contrarian view, but I want you to be slightly careful when it comes to actually eating junk food. Now, in this programming, I'm on about food freedom and food flexibility. If you want to have that McDonald's burger, please go ahead and have it. But what I found for a lot of people is that these foods, these hyper palatable foods that are so tasty, they almost like act as like trigger foods. And then what that means is that yes, you can still eat it. If it's within your calorie goals, you can still have like a 500 calorie burger, whatever, right? It's totally fine. But what I found for a lot of people is that, let's say Oreos, they'll have maybe 1 or 2 Oreos. It fits into their diet. It's awesome. But then after they're done eating those 2 Oreos, guess what their next kind of like natural instinct is going to be? Do you think they're going to be satisfied, or do you think they're going to be craving even more Oreos after, right? More than likely, because it triggers like the signal in their brain. It's like, oh, this dopamine. It's like, oh, I just had this really tasty food. It's like, I want more of it, right? And so if you can control yourself, like if you can eat 2 Oreos and you can just leave it there, it's like awesome. Do that, right? But if you know deep down that okay, if I have 2 Oreos, I'm just gonna be self-sabotaging myself and I'm just gonna be craving Oreos for the rest of the day, then don't eat those Oreos, right? Leave it for maybe a special occasion, or maybe leave it for at nighttime right before you go to bed, something like that, just so you don't crave it the entire time. And that's why I like to compare that to, let's say, 200 calories worth of Oreos and 200 calories worth of like a salad or chicken breast. It's like once you're done eating the Oreos, guess what? You're going to be even hungrier and you're going to be craving even more sugary foods afterwards. Whereas after eating 200 calories worth of like a chicken or a salad, you're going to be pretty satisfied. It's going to fill you up and you're not going to be craving any more food after that, really, right? So just be really careful when it comes to like satisfying your cravings necessarily, right? So just something to keep in mind for that. But hopefully, those tips that I gave you can kind of reduce some of your cravings just within your diet in general, right? And now even like with some of the foods, like for example, like a protein shake, like that's really satisfies my sweet tooth. Like having a protein shake, like yeah, some milk with like a scoop of protein powder, like that literally tastes like a milkshake to me. If you add like a banana to that with some peanut butter, it's like, oh my goodness, that literally tastes better than like a McDonald's milkshake to me, right? Plus, it's a lot healthier. There's more protein in it. It helps you stay nice and full. So there's still definitely like foods that you can like that are still healthy that can actually still satisfy your sweet tooth, right? I do have all my cookbooks as well, right? Yeah, so if you go in the classroom, in the school classroom, under Barbarian books, we got all of our cookbooks. Or actually, no, sorry, Barbarian cookbooks in here. We got the protein cookbook. If you download this, we also got the vegan and low carb cookbook. But if you just download these, there's 50 high protein recipes to choose from that aren't only really healthy, but they're super delicious, right? Like download this and you can definitely feel free to try some of these out, man. Like I think you absolutely love these. We got the protein pancakes, smoothie bowl, Biscoff bulking oats, and I've even like added some of these recipes into your meal plan as well. So if you go under your meal plan right here, Ying, you get to see that I've actually incorporated some of those. Yeah, you got the protein French toast in your meal plan, Conan's chicken and rice in here, the protein mug cake, and then I also give you like the actual recipes for that at the bottom, right? So just know that you're spoiled for choice when it comes to satisfying your sweet tooth. And now one last thing, Ying, I know I'm kind of talking a lot here. Sorry for if this is taking a bit longer, but that is your sleep, right? This is one thing that I want to kind of work with you for the next couple of weeks or so. I'm noticing that we're sometimes getting less than 6 hours, sometimes 7 to 8, which is good. And one thing that I want to kind of work on here is get better sleep, right? So one of the things that has really like revolutionized my sleeping, and I've done this for years now, and that sounds so simple, but it's simply just having a bedtime routine. So for the next 4 weeks, I'm going to ask you to watch this video and check it off as you watch it, and that is to create a bedtime ritual. Basically what this means, go to bed at the same time every single night and wake up at the same time every single morning. If you just simply stick to that, your body's circadian rhythm, which is like your body's biological clock that signals whenever you start to feel tired at night, whenever you start to wake up in the morning, will start to consistently feel sleepy at the same time and wake up at the same time, right? If you can just stick to that consistency, you'll have no issues falling asleep. And as long as you kind of like do the math, it's like, okay, if I want to wake up at 6, I want to get 8 hours of sleep in, let me be asleep by 10 o'clock, right? So maybe 30 minutes before, let me do like a bedtime routine where maybe I take a warm shower, brush my teeth, do some meditating, some yoga, some journaling maybe. And then once 10 o'clock comes around, I'll be nice and sleepy to actually fall asleep. So that'll be your biggest piece of homework for the next couple of weeks, just to focus on that. And you'll notice you have more energy, the recovery will be a lot better, and your entire quality of life is just going to be so much better. On top of that, one last thing as well is when you're sleep deprived, and this is maybe also why you have those cravings, 2 critical appetite hormones actually go into opposite bad directions. So leptin, which signals to your body that you're nice and satisfied, actually goes down, and ghrelin, which signals to your body that you're like constantly hungry, actually goes up. So you'll notice that not only are you going to be a lot more hungrier when you're sleep deprived, you're also going to be craving more sugary and junk food. So I definitely think that sleep will definitely help get rid of your cravings as well. So let me know if you have any questions on that, and I'll speak to you soon. Peace. Now, if you want to be around a community of like-minded people just like yourself who will educate you, motivate you, and inspire you to absolutely demolish your health and fitness goals, come join the Barbarian Squad down below. I guarantee you, you will not regret it one single bit, and I'll see you inside.